So wait, it's your homeboy Quetzalcoatl and your bitch ass up with another video. Now in today's video, we're gonna cover the Andre Berto versus Robert Guerrero fight. Just took place a while ago. Great fucking fight. Classic fucking candidate for fight of the year. If you didn't see my prediction, we'll go ahead and put it in the motherfucking response section. Go ahead and check it out. I had picked Robert Guerrero winning this fight. A lot of people had Andre Berto, and you know Andre Berto has a lot of physical skill, God-given talent, speed, power, explosiveness. Very exciting fighter to watch. But as you know, he had recently tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs in what was supposed to be his rematch versus fighter.This, and that hindered his career for a moment as he was suspended, and this was his comeback fight. Berto was trying to prove that he wasn't on steroids, that he was legit, and Robert Guerrero wanted to use this as a stepping stone to a bigger fight. You know, since his last fight versus Selçuk Aydin, he was already calling out Mayweather. Then he set up a big fight against Berto, and he wanted to prove to the boxing fans and to the boxing world that, you know, he's an elite fighter. And what you saw in this fight, I mean, it was a great classic old school type fight. Robert Guerrero has boxing skills, and compared to Andre Berto, though, Andre Berto has advanced skills, much faster hands. You know, can throw combinations a lot better, a lot more explosiveness, as you saw in moments that in this fight. So Robert Guerrero, he used his intelligence and he smothered Berto, and he stopped Berto from throwing punches that were in his comfort zone. You know, he took away a lot of the speed from Berto. You saw moments in the fight Berto was landing a lot of uppercuts, and if you were rooting for Guerrero, you were worried in those moments. Even though Guerrero knocked Berto down in the first two rounds, I mean, right off the bat, Guerrero hurt Berto, caught him with some clean punches. Berto got his eye fucked up, went down. Berto showed a lot of heart in this fight, weathered that, was able to, you know, have moments of his own, as I said, with those uppercuts. If you were going for Guerrero in those moments, you were worried, man, because it looked like Berto could land a huge punch, but, you know, Guerrero was smart about it. You know, he took away a lot of weapons from Berto, outworked Berto. Even though Berto had those moments, you know, Robert Guerrero just continually kept throwing punches. It was for the most part an inside fight, and Guerrero did his thing. He outworked him, he dropped him, and even though Harold Letterman had it a much wider margin, I had this a much closer fight. Guerrero still clearly won this fight. And the other video I'm going to put in the response section is where I covered steroids, you know, favoritism and cheating, all that bullshit. So I won't get all into that. You can go ahead and check that out and see, you know, what I was talking about. But to go into further detail, to add on to that shit, with Andre Berto, in a lot of people going into this fight were saying, "Oh, Andre Berto's explosive. You know, he's this and he's that, and you know, he's just a shit." But they don't want to mention him getting caught for steroids, cheating, because, you know, it's the favoritism. Like when Margarito got caught with the plaster shit, you know, the Margarito dick riders, they didn't want to admit to that shit. You know, Margarito came back from all that. Oh, his image wasn't tainted at all in their eyes. And same shit with Berto. You know, the Berto dick riders don't want to see that this dude was juicing. And I give him all the credit. Like I said, he showed a lot of heart in this fight, but you saw that he didn't quite have the same explosiveness as he normally has. He had some good shots in this. You know, he had some good punches in this fight, but, you know, not how he normally wasn't, because he wasn't fucking juicing. He's a cheater. You know what I'm saying? You want to you know, people when fucking Margarito was cheating, you know, they don't want to admit it. But Berto gets caught and they want to say, oh, no, Berto got caught, this and that. But, you know, same thing with the Berto dick riders. Margarito gets caught and they like, oh, Margarito and blah, 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 and this and that. But when Berto gets caught, oh, motherfuckers is on hush mode. Making up all kind of fucking excuses. Oh, no, well, Margaritos is worse than this. And like, they both are fucking cheaters. That's why I say you gotta call shit down the fucking line. Call it like it is. Fuck all that favoritism bullshit. You know, other people say, oh, well, you know, people are only going for Guerrero because of the story. You know, because his wife has cancer and, you know, he's coming back from that, and, you know, he's been injured and he's had to take off time because of the situation that's going on with his wife. And so, you know, it was a good story. It ain't just that. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, personally, I was rooting for Guerrero in this fight, and I picked Guerrero to win because of the steroid shit. We don't need that. We don't need these fucking cheaters in the sport. We don't need no plaster Margarito type motherfuckers, and we don't need no fucking juice head steroid using motherfuckers in the sport. All that shit has to stop. You know what I'm saying? And if you got so much favoritism in your heart to when motherfuckers get caught, you don't want to admit to the shit, this shit ain't never gonna stop. Cause motherfuckers, they already, as soon as fucking as soon as Berto lost, I'm looking at the fucking some of the comments. They already fucking saying, oh, Guerrero's a cheater and this and that. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. It was both motherfuckers. It was a rough ass fight. Both motherfuckers was fighting like that. Like I said, it was an old school fucking fight. When you watch old school fights and you appreciate what the fuck went down, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you praising that shit. But in this fucking case, because the fighter that you wanted to win did fucking win, oh, you using that as a fucking excuse. That's bullshit. You know? Give the man his fucking credit. This dude is a blown up fucking 135 pounder who just beat a solid motherfucking welterweight. Dominated him. Went at him. Showed you his motherfucking heart. A lot of this fight was heart. Guerrero got motherfucking heart. Give that man his credit. You know what I'm saying? Just like they don't give Abner Mares his credit. You know what I'm saying? People want to give somebody credit after they win one big fight. They win one big fight and all of a sudden, oh, this motherfucker just is shit. They just riding his dick all day till the wheels fall off. But Morris has been on a fucking roll, winning big fights back to back. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he don't get no motherfucking credit. They probably gonna say the same shit about Guerrero they saying about motherfucking Abner Mares. Oh, he's a fucking cheater. Blah, blah, blah. Like, stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it with the favoritism. You know, call shit down the fucking line the way it is. But, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, of course, Guerrero called out Mayweather again. Now, in the Mayweather fight, you know, I'd have to favor Mayweather. You know, he's undefeated. And, you know, even though Guerrero had a huge win, you know, if you're a betting man, you know, you got to bet on Mayweather, you know, until he loses. You know, that's a betting favorite. We'll see what happens. But, you know, Guerrero definitely has bought himself another big fight. And, you know, for all the Berto dick riding motherfuckers that's, you know, making excuses right now, I know you crying. Your booty hurting like a motherfucker because of the ass waxing that motherfucking Guerrero just gave to Berto. And so I like to dedicate this to y'all. You know, I know you having trouble sleeping tonight, so little serenata. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart goes by. If you like this shit, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is your homeboy Quetzalcoatl signing the fuck on now.